Hello, welcome back to Addicted to Recovery, the podcast bringing you the truth about addiction. Before we get into today's episode and introduce our guest, I would like to tell you guys we have a Patreon. If you don't know what Patreon is, it is a subscription service where you can get bonus content. There's loads over there for you to sink your teeth into. If you join up now, you get the whole back catalogue. We're offering an extra episode a week, regular workshops, access to a chat room, and much, much more. If you like what we're doing over here and would like this to continue, please show your support by signing up to our Patreon. We literally can't do it without the patrons. There's already loads of people over there enjoying all the extra content. Nice little community over there. If you like this, please sign up. It would mean the world to us. Max, who have we got with us?
We got our good mate Chris. How we doing, mate?
Yeah, good, mate.
You good?
Yeah, I am.
Good.
Thanks so much for coming back. Sorry, I'm just going to adjust your mic a little bit. I think that's perfect.
Okay.
Good to see you, mate. Thanks for coming back on.
Me, mate.
Looking really well.
Thank you.
2 years, I reckon it's been. I was looking this morning, yeah.
Yeah, I think it probably has been 2 years, you know.
What's been happening in the 2 years? Life.
Yeah, life. We've had another baby. I think Zoe was pregnant last time. Thank you. Yeah, and just trying to adopt this, practice these principles in all my affairs.
Yeah, how's that going?
It's going okay. Some days, most days. I think if it left to my own devices, I'd just be a single bachelor living on my own, staying at probably parents' houses with 2 bin bags again, you know?
Yeah.
The application of this program in all my affairs is a daily test, a challenge for sure.
Yeah, I can agree. I went to a book study last night and we were reading one of the stories out of the back of the book. And it was from 1954, and this guy was just telling his story, and it was just like my story, but on the path, I could relate so much because he was just literally spiraling out of control. And it was the same with me. I was with 2 kids and a beautiful wife at home, great job, family that loved me. I was spiraling out of control. I was trying to destroy my life. And I spoke about like a moment of clarity that we get sometimes, which I got luckily and come into recovery. But if I hadn't had that, it was when my missus kicked me out and I had these visions of another guy walking my kids down the road and just not being in their life. And I managed to snap out of it. And that's where my story began. But I was so close, mate, to, like you said, bin bags, living from sofa to sofa. And it could have gone another way. Sliding doors moment could have easily gone another way.
I think without this program, I'd go there naturally.
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's
I think definitely without the program, but also I try and sort of imagine myself in a program, living clean, without my family, and I don't know if I'm grounded enough without them to do what I do on a daily basis. Like, I'm motivated and driven to sort of strive for things and get more and provide because they're there. I'm a really motivated person, but at the same time, I can be really lazy. If no one's watching, I can just sit there all day if I've got nothing to do. So I feel like my family are a kick up the arse that I need.
Yeah, good.
Not just as an addict, as a human being. I feel like if I haven't got anything, if I haven't got anyone to work for, I don't think I would work.
Yeah, I still love to isolate. You ask my wife, like, if there's an opportunity for me to be on my own and isolate, it's my go-to for whatever reason. It's my go-to even today I'll stay at home and just look after the dog. Do you know what I mean? Even for a couple of hours at the weekends, I have to when I've not forced myself, but when I go to the event or we go playing rounders over the park, whatever it is, like when I'm in there, I enjoy myself. But my go-to is to try and shy away from that life stuff.
That's that little devil on the shoulder, because I get the same. When I come home from work and my family are there and the boys run up to the door, they're like, "Daddy, daddy," and my missus gives me a big smile and a kiss and we all have a cuddle. I love that. But sometimes when I pull up and the car's not on the drive, I go, fuck for that, I'll get half hour on my own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I love both, but it's mental.
Yeah. And you mentioned isolation. I relate to that. When you want to isolate, do you find it gets in the way sometimes of how present you are with your kids?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. It's, it can be, I suppose my kids can be in the house and I'm still looking to isolate is the honest, my honest truth.
Same.
I get that sometimes.
And they feel it, don't they? I felt it as a kid, that lack of presence. From my mum was my dad at the time. And I actively have to remember when
present.
I'm in there, be with him, be there. But the mind just wants to run off into some idea I've got. I just need to do this, and it's so irrelevant what I'm actually doing. And then that becomes then they get in the way. It's just like using.
What do you try and escape to? Is it phone or?
No, not so much phone. I find my phone quite easy to put down. It could be the phone. It could be something I want to buy.
Yeah.
It could be something like I want to do on the house. I've been looking at this post on the wall where it hasn't been rendered. We took the fence post off on the outside wall. It hasn't been rendered. I've analysed
behind
that job.
The old post needs to be sorted.
I've analysed that job so much, looked at it so many times.
You could have done it.
Start it now.
Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? It's funny.
I get it, right? For me, I think it comes down to control.
Yeah.
Fundamentally, because I'm very sensitive to noise.
Yeah, same.
Very sensitive to noise. So if I come back so my kids just out of nowhere will turn into a pair of lunatics. Just everything will be fine. Everyone's calm, playing nicely, and then it's like, bang, they come flying in the room, and I'm like, I'm not ready for that. I preferred it before. Let's go back to how it was a second ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like, boys, come on, calm down. It's wind down time. We're going to be going to bed in a minute. And they're like, they don't do that. Instead of screaming and shouting, I'll just be like, I'm out, and I'll take myself away from the situation. And I don't know, maybe that's wrong. Maybe the thing to do would maybe join in.
I think for me, it's being selfish, really. Like, especially if come home from work, best intentions. My kids are quite hard at bedtime. Like, we have to say the same. I know all kids are similar, aren't they? Teeth clean 5 times. Do you know what I mean? Pajamas on 5 times. And she's screaming. And I want it to, maybe there's a bit of control in there, but ultimately, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to get downstairs, sit on the sofa and watch some TV.
Unwind.
Unwind. And if it's not going my way, I will then occasionally kick off and just say to my missus, because a lot of the time they want my missus to put them down, or they make the point that they want them to put them down, her to put them down. And then I just say, like, fuck it, you do it. Do you know what I mean? And it's definitely the wrong way to deal with the situation. But I think the underlying, I want to sit down on the sofa. I want it all to run smoothly, and it's not running smoothly, and I just lose my temper and my tolerance levels go. And it's, I storm downstairs like a little child. We talk about the triangles, like that childlike state all the time.
Yeah, childish behaviour.
Yeah.
I think this is what the service that we learn in the meetings and the rooms and the tea. This is what it's about, I think.
Yeah.
Eventually, when we end up, if we're blessed enough to have our own family and kids, to be of service to them. In the basic text, it says something somewhere in the beginning of it. We're free when we are something about knowing peace or finding peace. It's something like when we're serving, like with no intentions, no expectations, we're freely whole and wholly free. And it's very rare, I think, that at any point of the day that I am genuinely serving someone else for just the fact of serving them.
Purely selfless service.
No, that's difficult for me. There's always an angle. There's always something. But I find indoors with the kids, that's quite, when I'm present enough, that's a good litmus test of how much service I'm being, And when I'm in that moment with them, all what I want to do goes away. I'm free.
Why do we fight it?
Oh, I don't know.
Why do we fight
I do fight it though, Chris. It's the same. I'm glad 2 other men that are in a family situation like me are of these same.
Because I've never lost my temper doing service in a meeting ever in 7 years. I haven't. I've never snapped or saying you're not quite getting this quick enough, or to a newcomer like you're not understanding the steps quick enough. Like I'm very tolerant. And
the cups don't go there.
No,
you must have some good sponsees.
No. But I haven't. That's my honest truth. Well, I don't think I have.
Yeah,
I'm able to just take that step back and be patient. And I think about that bedtime situation again. I'm just not practicing what I'm learning in
Max,
the
you make a
meetings.
great point. Why do people in the rooms get the best version of us, and our families, the ones that really matter the most, get, I don't want to say the worst version, but they get like a watered down version of the like real good human being we can be.
My wife says it all the time, mate. She says it all the time. You're not like this. I bet you're not like this in the meetings.
Savage,
Oh,
isn't it?
really?
Yeah, that one.
Cripples me, all that.
Yeah. Well, especially your,
Yeah, because your missus has got a program as well. She's
I
in
don't
recovery.
get a day off, mate. A minute off. Like it's like fucking. Sometimes it's so. She's so good at spotting defects in me. It is that I have to really just breathe, be on my game, and then retune back in. But what a gift it is, really.
yeah. Let's talk about that little. How is that relationship? You both being in recovery. It must be bittersweet as well.
Yeah, I was thinking bittersweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. Very, very good. The best I've ever had in any relationship.
Because when I first met you, probably 8 years ago, I reckon, you were sleeping on a sofa somewhere. So like your life has just transformed, hasn't it, really, over the last, since you met Zoe, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just meeting Zoe has been the changing factor, surrendering fully to the 12 steps.
Yeah.
Realizing that of how much I was trying to restore myself to sanity with other things.
Yeah.
Relationships was a massive one.
Yeah.
Lust.
Yeah.
Sex.
Yeah.
Materialism, money.
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
Jumping out of planes,
being clean, but trying really. And the difference was I was believing in all those things, all those restorations to sanity.
Of course, yeah.
See, the using was just a way of me. It was quick and easy.
Yeah.
Reliable.
Yeah, it is. You know what you got, where you stand. It's more or less the same thing every day.
That's it. Unless you get like a real shit bit and then you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, but you're going to do it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, and so there were just, and I never understood that, never really got what was going on, you know? And so my recovery in life was always, I was always in the same cycles.
Yeah.
Doing the same thing, expecting different results.
Living in that insanity.
Yeah. And not knowing that there was, not believing or not knowing that there was a power greater than me that could restore me to sanity. That's the only thing that will restore me to sanity.
Yeah.
The other stuff doesn't work. And if there was a way that something would restore me to sanity, trust me, I really would be preaching and singing about it from the rafters.
Yeah,
really.
same.
I really would.
Yeah, nice. Last time you were on, you mentioned fear quite a bit when you were younger. Like you were just controlled by fear. That was your life. How has that changed since being in recovery? Obviously, fear still comes up majorly for me, but I've got other tools in my toolkit to deal with it. A lot of the time, it's just picking up the phone. What's your experience around that now? Do you still feel that feeling a lot?
No, not nowhere near as much.
No.
And that underlying sense of impending doom, something's going to go wrong, has been replaced with, like, see, the recovery thing for me isn't, and it's taken a bit of time to get to where I'm at. It's not just a get clean, 90 days, 100 days, a year, and then everything is great. It's like, it's accumulative. So yeah, I agree when people say, you know, the newcomer's the most important person in the room and you've only ever got 24 hours. You've also got an accumulate, and you would experience this yourself, having an accumulation of time and experiences from when you first get clean, of the awkwardness of going to have a coffee after a meeting or meeting up with this person and ringing someone, and then your experience shows that actually that wasn't so bad, and before you know it, but there is generally most days some level of something I'm scared of, fearful of, but I sort of just take myself along with me.
We've got the ability to walk through that fear now, right?
Not run.
Yeah. And I think a lot of it comes down to, like you mentioned, experience.
Yeah.
It's going to be all right.
Yeah.
I've done this before.
Yeah.
Situation yesterday. Where I'm working in town a couple of days a week now, one of the perks is I get to try all these cool little food spots around London. So I noticed this guy.
Nice.
you'll find him on Instagram. He's doing really well. It's called Sensational Sandwiches, right? And he's got a little restaurant. So I'm like, where's that? 10-minute line bike from where the radio studio is. I'm like, I'm having that today. This is on Monday, not open on Mondays. So I'm like, I'm having it on Wednesday. So me and my dad, I'm looking like, oh, look at that sandwich. I'm having a bit of that. Pull into the place.
Are you scrolling at the sandwiches? So they're...
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So you're getting a video.
I'm like,
live feed.
wow, look at these sandwiches. So me and Josh, who I do the other podcast with, are talking about doing something to do with the World Cup. And he mentioned the place where it is. It's called the Belly Rooms Comedy Club. So I've pulled into where this sandwich shop is. I'm like, I think this is that place where that comedy club is. So anyway, the guy who's got the Instagram account that's doing really well is standing at the counter serving the sandwiches. I get chatting to him, right? I'm like, the guy upstairs said his name. He's like, yeah. I was like, this is the place that we're talking about. So I'm now having a chat with this guy who's very well established on social media, business owner, and I'm really holding my own in this conversation, right? Then I've like come out of there. He's like, I went to him, oh, follow me on Instagram. He's like, no, take my number. I want to talk to you. So I've come out of there like, you know what? I can fucking do this. I can do this stuff that I'm trying to do. And I rang my missus and I was like, she's like, how are you? And I'm filled with optimism and belief because it's getting me emotional talking about it. So much of my life, I was crippled with, you're not good enough. And I would talk myself out of these opportunities because I thought I was going to fuck it up anyway. So it was like, I walked out of there and I was like, you know what? I can deal with these situations. I can talk to these people and I have got something to offer. And it's like, exactly like you just mentioned, experience. I've done it again and I've done it again and things are going well and opportunities are coming my way. I'm the last one to catch up.
Yeah.
And it's fear.
You've said to me many times, Chris, oh, you're better at doing that, Max, if you're negotiating something for this podcast.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking in my head, no, I'm not. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you put yourself down a lot of the time. And I just think by doing these things and the radio, I'd seen you grow and yeah, I truly believe you're doing exactly what you should be doing right now.
I know I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. But if you'd have asked me that 5 years ago, I would have said, you are insane, mate. I can't do that. You know what I mean? So I think that's what it is. It's a combination of getting a program behind you, getting rid of all the old stuff, putting that to bed in the 4 and 5, recognizing your defects, like you mentioned at the very beginning, trying to practice these principles in all our affairs, and then add days, add experiences.
Yeah, with that's why it says about being a productive member of society. It's not to feed the government's tax thing, you know. It's not one of them sort of angles. It's to be a productive member of society, to get up at a certain time, to put your shoes, to have a wash, to
connect to other humans is a big one for me. Like even I have a little conversation with a coffee lady every morning when I'm walking my dog. Like for me, that's being a productive member of society because I would have back in the day, I'd have head down, not even acknowledged her, maybe said thank you or not, exchanged and away. Like that's not living life, is it? That's just.
But it's you're out of yourself when you're doing that all that stuff, aren't you?
Totally.
And then it's all great, you know, and that coffee lady gets sort of Max skipping along and doing the old zippity doo-dah and then gets indoors, and I'm the same. I just want, oh no, this is a bit too much. Let me just hide in the garage. I've got something I need to really do, you know. Just go into the toilet. Off I go upstairs with my phone.
So what is that then?
I don't know.
I know, because I do the exact, I'm laughing because I can relate to what you're saying.
There's not, I think it's not enough of the power that restores us to sanity in our life, in that environment.
Right.
Not connected to it. Because I bet you're a different person, probably because the kids are in bed, but when you come back from a meeting or you're filled up, stocked up with the power.
Yeah, completely, yeah.
And then your missus might say, I wish you could be like this all the time. And then you feel it in the moment and think, I can be like this all the time. And then you wake up the next day, oh, God, here we go again.
It's raining again.
It's raining now. I've got to walk the dog. Oh, that deal at work isn't going to happen. I'm just rubbish. And we carry on, don't we?
So true.
Funny you mentioned the coffee lady though, Max. So you went away for 10 days.
Yeah.
And you come back, you was like, oh, man, something's off. I couldn't even interact with a coffee lady this morning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's that's bad.
You know what I mean? That's what you said. She was like, I was all weird in front of the coffee lady.
Yeah, because we were in our heads.
Bless her.
Doesn't take long to get disconnected from this stuff, does it?
Yeah, I can feel real disconnected.
She's looking at me. She probably thinks I fancy her. Well, she probably thinks I'm a weirdo anyway.
Bless her. I went away out for 10 days and she was worried about me. She said, I've not seen you. Is everything all right?
Is that what she said? Bless her.
Yeah, she's good stuff.
So you mentioned last time you come on, Chris, about addiction being oversensitivity to your feelings.
Yeah.
How has your understanding of that evolved over time?
It still is of that nature.
Mm.
I think I'm very black and white thinker. I try and I pray to be open-minded, and as the time's gone on, I've become less extreme in certain thoughts and views, but an oversensitivity to my feelings and emotions is what makes my life unmanageable. Definitely. And I'm yet to prove that wrong.
Yeah, when you last came on and said that, I've gone with that ever since.
Yeah.
So
that definition is just is how I explain who I am to my friends who are interested in addiction and recovery, and anyone who asks me, I use that definition because it is me to a T. That oversensitivity, can't deal with it, find something to externally change the way I'm feeling. That's it.
And that's what we do in life, clean or not. It's I find my feelings and emotions completely overwhelming, and I want to change that. And so I try and get to some level of manageability because of my unmanageable feelings and emotions through restoration to sanity. And every time that I do a little bit of something that isn't restoring myself to sanity with a power that's bigger than me, it goes wrong. And
so what do you do? Say if a big feeling comes up for the listeners, like give an example of how you would restore yourself back down.
So a big feeling comes up.
Because your job, you spend a lot of time on your own, don't you, as well?
Yeah. Not enough time on me, Max.
So for me, like, I don't know, I'd have to keep myself entertained. Otherwise my mind would probably go to places and catastrophize. And yeah.
It does.
So what do you do?
What do I do?
Yeah.
Right. So a big feeling and emotion comes along. I try not to act on whatever it is I'm thinking. Don't get me wrong. I'm really not the most spiritual, gurued person, you know. I've got out my lorry. When's the last time I got out my lorry? A few weeks ago, in full confrontation mode. So I'm definitely not I'm not the one to be asking how do I, you know?
Yeah.
What I do is I have to manifest almost like an atmosphere of what we get in the rooms, what we get when we're talking with other recovering addicts. So a friend of mine said, put some good music on that is soul cleansing before you put Notorious B.I.G. on. Yeah.
Give me the loop.
Leave the gangster rap, the Wu-Tang Clan and the gun fingers and the money and all the rest of it till after you've got some semblance of like atmosphere. And then, so my radio goes on, I put on some good music, good radio stations, wholesome radio stations. And then I try and just be in some form of, whether it's meditation or prayer, talk out loud sometimes.
Yeah. That's a good one.
And try and preempt rather than react to what happens, because these roundabouts, I know that this is the right lane to be in, but that car there doesn't know, and I have to try and give them, but this is on a good day, I have to try and give them space.
Yeah.
They're going to cut in front of me.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's good. Other days, I'll just put myself in the right lane or the wrong lane. And I'll tell you, if you were a passenger, I'd say he's gonna cut in right there. Watch this. And on the horn. And, you know what I mean?
No, I get you.
I think I'm the worst version of myself in the car. Yeah. Gets me bad. And a lot of it is the stuff you just mentioned. I know what lane I'm supposed to be in. You don't know what lane you're supposed to be in. That's your problem. Why did you do what you just did? You know what I mean? And once again, it comes back to that control. Like, if everyone was doing it like I'm doing it, everything would be all right on this road. You know what I mean? Pulled into McDonald's.
We'd all be rich.
Yeah. I pulled into McDonald's. So a car pulls up. There's a car at the thing ordering their food.
Yeah.
A car's in front of me. It pulls up to the one next to it. So I'm like, logic tells me I'll go behind the one that was already there. That one will go. Then she'll go. Then I'll go. I pull up behind this one. That one's ordered their food and moved forward before this one's moved. And I'm like,
I've got a custom order on the way.
No, what are you ordering? What are you ordering? Why did it take that long for you to order that? If I'd have pulled up there, I'd be in front of you by now. And it's like something as small as that can set me off.
Yeah. And the assassination that goes on after that.
I hated this person.
Yeah. Pure hatred.
Yeah.
Look at the size of our fat arms.
How the UK is at the moment, though, because I've been to the Caribbean recently, and I was like, we went for breakfast, and I was nothing to do all day, and went for breakfast, and I'm ordered the bill, and they're well chilled out there, right?
Yeah.
They're just slow pace, it's hot, like they just chill out, and I was like just constantly looking over, and
where's the bill?
The waitress came over to me, she went, like, she looked at me like, are you all right?
You got somewhere to be, man.
She said, you got somewhere to be, and like I was just like, no.
And I'm not even.
It took me a while to acclimatise, but once I got to the sort of, it's all right, just chill out.
Yeah.
But over here, like I ordered some hair cream this morning, and it's already been delivered at my house.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that you're pissed off waiting 2 more minutes for a burger.
I know, but I wasn't late. I wasn't in a rush.
No.
I had nowhere to be.
Though it's fucking mad over
it. I had nowhere to be.
So quick.
It's very fast.
It's so fast. Oh my God. I pull up to the. So when I'm on the underground, I'm like,
it's faster in London, isn't it?
When I'm 10 paces away from the barriers, I get my phone out, I do my Face ID, so that when I get up to the barrier, I'm ready to pay for the barrier. And the people I've picked this one, and the one in front of me is like messing about, trying to get their Oyster card or their bank card out of their purse. And I'm like, how do you not know that you need to do that? Like you said, preempt.
But were you in a rush?
No. I do got like a 2-hour workday, mate. You know what I mean? I'm done. I just go talk to my mate on the radio. I've got nowhere to be. This is why I'm eating these places during the day. Like, I could be home or I could go and get some food. I'm not in a rush. But stuff like that it drives me insane. And like, fundamentally, I think it comes down to, I know what to do. You should be doing it my way because I'm doing it the right way. Is that control? Lack of tolerance?
Yeah, maybe a bit of like, we get an identity, don't we? For that, we're right and the other person's wrong, and the ego, and it's just,
do it my way.
Yeah. Do it this way.
What I'm saying though, minor infraction.
Yeah.
This is not ruining my day.
No.
I've forgotten about it 2 seconds later, but it's still there. It's still there.
I had a good one the other day talking about like oversensitivity of feelings and just acting like a prick afterwards. Like, my dad's recently had a birthday. My mum surprised him. I was like involved in buying him a new dartboard for his house, with like a nice cabinet and that. And I helped my mum out. And my little brother went round in the week and put it up with him. And in my head, I'd thought up how we're going to actually use the dartboard for the first time. We're all going to go around there. We're going to play together. And then he's rang me and he said, oh yeah, me and Dad had a game earlier. And honestly,
broke your heart.
It broke my heart. And then I went round there like a little bitch, basically. And I was looking, and I said, it's not. I said to my mum, they put it up wonky, haven't they? So what did I do? I rang my brother on the way home, and I said, you put that fucking dartboard up wrong, Joe. Do you know that? Yeah. And then he was like, why are you being a prick and put the phone down on me? All because I was jealous. Because I wanted that. Again, it was more like, I don't know, the camaraderie of my old man maybe, and making sure it was all good, and I felt like I was missing out. But again, that for me is addiction, because I was just like, it was so on me, I just had to get it out, and I was just horrible. And I did the right thing. I just apologised to him straight away. I said, sorry for being a controlling prick. Do you know what I mean?
Good.
It's just like,
and that's sometimes that's all we need. At least we've got the backbone and gumption now to say it.
Yeah.
And Zoe, my partner, she gets not sorries off me, but she gets, I don't know what was going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm withdrawing off nicotine recently.
She said that, yeah. How's that going?
God, mate.
Cold turkey.
No.
What are you
Don't
using?
be silly. Patch.
Patches. I'm on these.
That was my problem.
Were they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they.
What are they called?
What strength are
Snus.
they?
Snush.
This is a great brand, Hellwit. They're really cheap.
Oh, this strength 2 of 4. Are you even an addict?
I've got a vape as well.
He's got a vape and he had a fag outside earlier.
Yeah, no, but that was so. This is it. This is it, right? He goes, "I'm gonna have a quick fag." I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
Why?" And then I went, "Guess one."
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I didn't enjoy it. Not one bit.
Mm.
Not one bit.
But in answer to your question, it was easier almost. It was very simple early days of what I did, and that was just ring my sponsor. Any decision, any thing I had to think was, and the bollocks that man had from my lips, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I only know because I hear the same bollocks from my sponsor's lips. And at the time, you think it's so important because it is. But it's
what, running every decision past him, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know. I didn't know who I was.
think it's a
what
smart
to
way to
do,
go.
Where to, and our sponsors aren't like, you know, they're not lifestyle kind of coaches and all this stuff. But plenty of them have enough gumption about them to help you make decisions. And that's what I did.
Yeah.
But lately, I'm more of a breathe. When I want to speak something, I tend to just practice breathing through my nose for like a few minutes, you know, because that quells the urgency to ring him and tell him something about the job or what's gone wrong. And gossip was a big. I was big into gossip around work.
Right.
Ringing other drivers up,
right.
getting the gossip. Have you seen this? And then it becomes a whole hate campaign.
We need to slow down on that.
He's mad. So I've cut not cut a particular friends at work out my life, but I just don't ring them for anything other than, you know, useful stuff.
Right.
And what else do I do these days?
No, it's all good stuff. I sometimes think, and it's a very like spiritual way of looking at it, like what's God's will, and like what
Yeah.
I like to think, like if I had 10 NA members in my pocket at all times and got them out when I'm making these decisions or going to react to a situation, they'd normally come to the right answer.
Yeah.
I know you can't do that when you're in like a mid row with someone, but I think if you pause, breathe through your nose and think like, what would God do in this situation effectively?
Yeah.
He's always going to have the right answer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And ask for that restoration. Ask, like, you know, but God help me, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those pouches, right?
He's going to have one in a minute.
I went to America and I got a 50 milligram nicotine juice.
Super live, buds.
This juice is obscenely strong. So I come back with it, started making it myself. Meanwhile, my nicotine tolerance is just going up and up and up and up.
Yeah, of course it is.
I found these pouches, started on someone's, found these other ones called Pablos.
I know the Pablos. Yeah, they're turbo.
They are obscene. Obscene.
That's why they're called Pablos.
Yeah. Well, I did think they looked a bit funny on the secretary in the Friday meeting, just got a can of Pablo. What's that? Oh, don't worry about that. It's a can of Pablo. So, yeah, I'm off it now this is not that I'm counting. I got rid of my last can of Pablo on Friday, Friday.
Oh, it's you're early on then.
I'm into it now. And today was the first day where the cravings aren't crippling. To the point of I will do anything to put that stupid pouch in my lip and feel that burn. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a big moment for me, like I had one cigarette outside earlier, but it's made us both feel sick, didn't it? So we won't be doing that.
Yeah, mate, and I've been going through it. Christmas Day, I was not going to vape no more. Got a boxing match coming
I
up.
remember you saying you stopped. You're off the
Stopped.
vapes, yeah. And you practiced
vaping.
what we do in the rooms
Right.
around that.
And then comes to my stag do, which is how long ago was that now? It's going to be 6 weeks, maybe even longer. And I was like, I made a conscious decision. I finished work and I was like, right, holiday mode, we're going away tomorrow. I was like, I'm going to vape on my steak do, treat myself. Everyone's going to be doing God knows what.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a vape, little safety blanket.
I think that's a good
right?
safety blanket. Yeah, right. I'm
Haven't put it down since.
Yeah.
So I'm not vaping as much as I was. By no means. I've got one of them. They used to last me like a day and a half. Now one of them will last me a week. You know what I mean? So I'm not vaping as much, but I'm still addicted to and reliant upon nicotine on a daily basis. You know what I mean? And I would love to be free of that. I'd love to be free of it. I always enjoyed vaping. It wasn't the only reason I said I was going to stop vaping is because I'm going to get found out in that ring if my cardio is not as good as it could be. And
even if it is, and you're sort of gassing after the first couple of rounds, all you'll be thinking about is
what if I didn't vape?
It's that silk cut I had 2 weeks ago.
There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I'll be beating myself up about it. Well, the guy will be beating me up because I can't do it anymore.
You won't be beating yourself up.
I won't need to. So that's the thinking behind it. But I don't know, my cardio's still pretty good.
Yeah, I bet it is.
It's only 3 2-minute rounds, man. I'll be all right.
Yeah, that's what you could 3 2-minute rounds in a boxing ring. That is mental.
That's all you're training for. 3 2-minute rounds.
Oh,
white collars 3 2 minutes. I'm training. I'm boxing 6 2s or 4 3s when I spar.
Okay. When is
4
this?
3s? July 18th.
July 18th.
It's going to be good.
Wembley Stadium.
It's at the O2, mate.
Is it? You know, that's a hell of a car.
It's
at Woolston Manor Golf Club. No, but look, this is the thing, right? Typical addict. I'm talking there like, so what, do you think you're going to keep training after and all that? And I'm like, I might give Misfits a ring. Might have to start some beef on the internet. Try and get that good payday. Mental, mate. Absolutely mental. Right, I got one for you. You said your first addiction was fantasy.
Yeah.
Do you still notice escapism fantasy showing up in your life today?
Yeah, I do. It's and it's a constant I have to constantly remind myself to come back into planet Earth.
Yeah.
Reality.
Yeah.
And that comes by sort of taking stock of what's in my life. My family, my children, my partner, then her family, my family, the house, the cars, the job,
driveway.
the new driveway. Yes, the new driveway. Because I think there was a film on Us that they were like, they used to do jobs and they'd all of a sudden the film would cut to some mental thing where he's rescuing this guy out of a fire or something. And do you remember? Is that the film?
It's like that.
They're like fantasists.
He daydreams.
That's it. Yeah, that's me. Really.
Yeah. Where does the fantasy go? Have you got like a one that crops up a lot?
Not a particular one. Since I've had family, a lot of it has been sort of intrusive thoughts. The gazebo I made, that's going to fall down on
my God.
kids' heads.
Chrissy.
Yeah.
My boy walked through the living room holding a pencil. Yeah. Just walked. Absolutely fine. I pictured he stumbles and the pencil goes in his eye that far into his head. And I'm like, oh,
yeah.
Give me that pencil. You know what I mean? And like, it could be absolutely anything. They'll like just stumble a little bit.
But it's always...
And I'm like, I picture the teeth are just all smashed in and we're in the A&E and it's exactly where mine goes. Intrusive thoughts in a negative thing. And it's all to do with my kids.
I have to breathe through all that stuff. And I've had some mad ones at work. You know, what would happen if I just let this fuel line go, and what would happen if I set fire to this, and what ifs. And I know, I was just hearing you talk about your one with your son and the pencil. I know it's diseased thinking because it's always about how I feel. The reaction is always about how I feel. I could picture the worst thing happening. No, don't feel much empathy for, envisaging throwing my kids off the balcony on the cruise ship. It's not about that. It's about how I would feel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean. Yeah, mine
selfish and utterly self-obsessed to the core.
I get a lot of like hero fantasies where I actually die, and then how would I be heralded afterwards?
Legacy.
Legacy stuff. That's what I get.
That's a good one to have. Funeral music.
Yeah. And like, would people
Hundreds
be really
of people
celebrated, everyone
weeping,
crying, and like it's like, that's what I get. It's but also when I have a row with the missus, I also get fantasy of fuck this, I'm going to get a first plane to Bolivia or Colombia,
Philippines.
What would my life look like then as well?
Mate,
Yeah,
Could be over a little row over pants.
Yeah.
it's always pants.
But yeah, I'm with you there, mate. 100%.
It flips so quick indoors with our loved ones. That's when it really the switch of from like quite calmish to making decisions, quite clear cut sabotage, end of the road decisions based off of a feeling is
within 5 minutes.
Yeah, and it can be something I say. Then there's more fucking amends to be made, and then there's more. What was that about? And it's like, allowing it to be, and just breathe. There's just mostly nowadays, I just try and not say much.
I was just about to say that less is more.
Yeah,
I think that's my whole lesson
100%.
from tonight's chat, because my wife can come downstairs at 9 p.m. and I can open my mouth stupidly, and then by 9:30 I'm fantasizing. This is
Costa Rica.
This is
because we want a reaction. We want clear cut. This is we're mad, and to think that we are sane is insanity. I am mad. I'm mad as a box of frogs.
Yeah.
I come back from work yesterday with my lunchbox in my hand. Right, come in. Really needed a nicotine, a Pablo. Right? That's all I've been dreaming of. I was looking at them on my phone. I know with the garage, I'll make a quick stop. Don't do it. Bag went on the side. Zoe looked at the bag. I've gone, I'll put that in the cupboard then. So I've put the bag in the cupboard. Not the most ideal cupboard. It's where the boiler is. Shut the door. Zoe said, that door's not shut. Door comes open, lunchbox goes, I can't do this anymore. Over that.
I'm with you, 100%.
And then off the back of that conversation, things feel tense lately. And then it escalates and escalates and escalates.
Yeah.
In the garden, like I went upstairs, 10 minutes. Please, God, help me. I don't want to make any decisions. Then I'm thinking it's about the money. I'm trying to make it out about this.
I feel like you don't love. I feel like you don't love me anymore.
Like just
Deep.
From opening your
lunchbox.
Yeah, exactly. And then actually, all it needs, because it's a lot simpler than what I think it is. Doesn't need this massive long discussion of what's going on and why. It's laying out in the garden, laying next to her, little cuddle, playing with the kids. Oh, that's feel
back to sanity.
Yeah, that's not my thinking, though.
No.
I'd have gone. It's this, it's that. Right, let's start, and I would make stuff up, and I'd have to, I'm not good.
Yeah, the old me's not talking to her for 2 days after that.
Yeah,
that's I suppose that is the difference.
Yeah.
I was used to leave.
Yeah. Step 6 says, doesn't it? We're human. We're going to veer off course.
Yes.
It's just as long as we come back onto that course. That's the progress that we've got, because we're human. I'm making mistakes. I'll probably make one tonight when I get in.
Yeah, I'm going to try not to.
Creep around.
Yeah. Mate,
anonymous. You've got to be anonymous.
In your own house.
Yeah, but then we isolate, and that's not right.
I know.
Be an anonymous character.
Yeah.
Mate, you're 100% right, though. Sort of brings me back to what you were saying about, and we're going to wrap up in a sec. What you were saying about in early doors, where you're like, oh, my track record is the decisions I make get me in trouble. I've got a decision to make. I don't know what to do because I don't want to get in trouble anymore. Let me ring my sponsor. And you run everything by him, and by committee, you tend to make the right decision. Like Max said, where he's get the addicts out your pocket. What will we do together as a group conscience right now? What will we do? And that's exactly what it is. When I make my own decisions like that, 9 times out of 10, it's wrong. When I can, okay, what's the right thing to do here? I generally tend to make the right decision. And that comes with, like we mentioned loads of times in this episode, experience, practice, and my first thought is always wrong. Don't fucking react. Do not react, because I can blow things out of proportion. My missus can say the most mundane thing. I will take it the wrong way. I'll snap, she'll snap, screaming argument out of nowhere. What even happened? If you said to me, why did you have that argument? I don't know.
Yeah, we were out many a times, and then after half an hour said, what we're actually around about.
Exactly, don't know, can't remember.
Do you know what I mean? We've done that so many times. It's,
Well, back to Zoe in the relationship.
Yeah.
Touch wood. We've still not had a row.
That's great.
And this isn't me passively holding on to resentments and and her doing the same. And I think this is the beauty of two addicts in recovery working a program. I don't have to pretend on some level that I am okay because she sees right through me. The obsession.
Because she is you.
Yeah. I mean, someone said to me that addicts, that when we come into the rooms, we think that we're all the same. We are all the same. We definitely are all the same. But there's different aspects of addiction. Normally, how Zoe tries to restore herself to sanity, or it differs. I'm quite visible in how I'm hidden or escaping or looking at something or heading some new project. Zoe's a bit more in her head, a bit more like thinky, planning. I mean, she runs a
tight ship,
fucking amazing house, and brings up two amazing children. What she has to do and think of and plan and organise, I can't. What
Same
she
as
does
my
in a
wife.
day,
I don't know how to do that either.
She's fantastic, my wife.
What they do in a day, we don't do. I don't think in a fucking month.
No, it's so true. Yeah,
really, they are
amazing.
Really are amazing. And we do get the good end of the stick, being able to go out, go to work, have chats with Coffee Girl, have podcasts, tiling. We get a good deal, I think.
100%. Yeah.
But I still sometimes go, you're sitting on easy street, mate. Why you want to try doing what I do? And I'm like, it's not true.
It's not.
No.
It's not true.
No.
It's really not. And you know what it comes down to fundamentally, right? For my missus, is my kids are not going to behave the same every day, right? If she's got them all day and they're both being little angels, easy work.
Yeah.
If they're not, difficult job.
Yes.
Really difficult job.
Yeah.
So it's like, tiles don't play up. They just sit there until I touch them. You know what I mean? Whereas the kids, they've got their own little personalities. They've got their own stuff going on. Sometimes they're not quite on, and she has to deal with that. Yeah. And like, I put it in my gratitude list all the time. Like, the consistency she shows, the patience, the tolerance, I am eternally grateful for it. Funny enough, I was talking to a guy today, and we have got to wrap it up on here. We're going to move over to Patreon. He said to me, if the shoe was on the other foot and your missus did what you did, would you have stayed? And I don't think I would have. So I am forever grateful that she stuck around and allowed me to become the person I was always meant to become. You know what I mean? Because I don't think I could have stayed if she was doing what I did.
Can I quickly say something before we go on to the Patreon? Just using that, I just in my head, whilst you're talking, Chris, I was listening to you, but I've obviously got mega intrusive thoughts. That lunchbox story that you told, right? When we're in meetings, well, I'm talking for myself here. When I step through that, even outside in the car park, I'm selfless. I'm out of self and selfless, 100%. And then when I walk through that front door, maybe what I'm going to try and learn to do is, if your first thing you did when you got in was say, do you want a cup of tea? Maybe that situation would have been slightly different, because you're straight into self. That cupboard's not working. She's not putting it away from me. Like me. So, and I don't do enough of that, basically.
Yeah,
so,
how can I help?
Yeah, how can I help? Is even if you're on your knees and knackered, again, I'm talking for myself here, that first selfless offering, like maybe the night pans out a lot nicer.
Yeah, it's in the act that I find the freedom. So I got into bathing Max, then I got into bathing Mia separately. Now, I'm bathing both of them at the same time. Don't get me wrong, it's not easy sometimes.
No.
My bath was the same as your bedtimes.
Yeah.
The raging.
Yeah.
It's too hot. It's too cold.
Yeah, like they are just not doing what I want.
Yeah.
You know, and it's kind of calmed down. I've calmed down a bit. But in the act of, yes, what can I do? Oh, can you do this? It will start probably with, oh, fuck yeah, you go okay then. And then in the act of it, that's where I find. Someone said to me, where's God in all this? That's when I used to get and I still do sometimes, get so angry with the crying child, not knowing how to comfort, and it's getting in the way, and oh my God, this is, shut up, I can't do this, all about me. Where's God? He's kind of, I'm in the way of all that.
Yeah. Yeah, you're blocking the route, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice, man.
Brilliant, mate. Thanks so much for coming back on.
Thank you very much
chatting
for
to
having
us.
me.
It's been brilliant, mate. Really insightful. We're going to jump over to the Patreon now and get into the nitty gritty with Chris. We are at patreon.com/addicted to recovery. The links are all over our socials. If you want to join the Patreon, it's really easy to find us and you will not be disappointed. It's $5 a month, £1.25 a week. It's really a bargain for the amount of content you're getting. So please show some support by signing up. Guys, we'll see you next week. Thanks again, Chris.
See you in a bit.
Thanks a lot. See you in a bit.